What's up? This is part 2 of the NBA 2K12 My Player, and this is the pre-draft interviews. So I'm going to let you hear some of the questions and see some of the answers.
To see how well you would fit in with us. Question number 1. I feel like we have our point guard of the future in DJ Augustin, but I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't look at all available options in the draft. How do you think you compare to DJ?
I think DJ and I have a somewhat similar game. I'd like to think I have a much higher ceiling than him as far as talent goes, but I'll tell you what I'm telling the other teams. You can't go wrong with drafting.
Now, what I really would have said is, you know I'm better than dude. That's why you drafted me. I'm 6'5". He little. I create a matchup problem. Forget DJ Augustin. I'm that dude. But I don't know how this game gauges your answers yet, so I'm playing it cool. Next question.
Franchise centerpiece if you put in the work. How many other teams can offer you that? That being said, we still have a couple of years ahead of us where we're going to be acquiring young talent and assets. We might struggle a bit in those years. Are you going to be able to remain focused during the rebuilding years?
I've never really lost in my entire life. I've always been good enough to propel every team I've ever been on.
Now, what I really would have said is,
the NBA will be different.
As long as you got Michael Jordan as your general manager, y'all going to be fucking up because he doesn't know talent. He is the greatest player in NBA history, but he sucks as a general manager.
Great answers. I really think you'd fit.
But I ain't say that.
Here's hoping we're able to draft you with our pick. Thanks for taking the time to answer my questions. We're picking 7th in the upcoming draft and are very interested in what you bring to the table. All right, let's get to it. We realize that here in Sacramento, we don't have the appeal of a Los Angeles or a New York or Chicago. We tend to look for players who would be proud to be part of this organization. Someone who can really take pride in being a member of the Sacramento Kings. Someone who's willing to spend their entire career as a member of the Kings. Are you that person?
Yeah, I would be honored to be a member of this organization. From everything I've seen, you guys have a rabid fan base out in Sacktown.
What I really would have said is Cali is Cali. I love the ball with DeMarcus Cousins, Tyreek Evans.
Next question.
Just let me play point guard.
Improve on as you make the jump to the next level. We'd like to see what you think about your game as a whole.
What you already know what I need to improve on. You don't watch tape. My jump shot is not on par, but I'm big and I can get past people off the dribble, and I got good vision. You saw the rookie game.
Basically take what's given to me. I think I'm coming into this league severely underrated, and I plan on using that to my advantage.
That's great. Those answers were music to our ears. With any luck, you'll fall to us in the draft.
Hello, I'm the head scout for the Golden State Warriors. I want you to know that we're strongly considering you based on your performance tonight with our first-round pick, 11th overall. We'd like to get to know you a little better before committing to you. I'm sure you understand. We have a couple of questions, if you don't mind. We feel like we already have some great young guards on our roster in Monte Ellis and Stephen Curry. Where do you see yourself fitting in with those guys?
Yeah, I really already pretty much know y'all not going to draft me. You already got Monte Ellis and Stephen Curry. You like Stephen Curry. I don't even know why I'm sitting here for this interview. I mean, what are you really doing?
As long as your long-term goal for me is to take over the starting role at some point, I don't plan on spending my career as a backup.
And I ain't really on coming off the bench.
This team has a lot of momentum right now. We went through a rough stretch and had some recent draft picks that didn't work out. With guys like Monte, Stephen Curry, and David Lee, we really feel like we're on the up and up. We like what we've seen out of you, but how do you see yourself fitting in with the team?
I would love to play for Mark Jackson's mama. There goes that man. But like I said, y'all not gonna draft me, and I don't really want to come off the bench. And this is not a 3-guard offense.
This team's a dream fit for me, man.
Thanks so much for your time. I don't want to get ahead of myself here, but we would be ecstatic if you're still on board when it's our turn to pick.
All right, it's time for the NBA draft. And the way they do it is really kind of cool because it's just like you're watching the draft, but instead you're now waiting to hear your name called. So that's kind of cool. So you pretty much are waiting, looking at the mock draft or whatever, and you see where you're projected to go, and you see if it pretty much pans out that way. Shows your rookie game or rookie showcase statistics, which mine were pretty good. 24 points, 2 rebounds, 8 assists, 4 steals, and a block.
Good evening and welcome to the 2011
And this would be cooler, of course, if the lockout was resolved and David Stern was actually calling off real names, so you see who you might have bumped in the real draft. But they are fictitious names, so you won't really, there won't be any impact in hearing the names called. But it's kind of cool to hear the real David Stern's voice.
Greatest basketball players in the world. So without further ado, let's get started.
Even though right now he be getting booed mercilessly based off of the lockout, and just people just generally boo him anyway.
Doug Martin from the University of Michigan.
I guess that's really supposed to be Kyrie Irving.
The second pick in the 2011 NBA draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Cliff Davis from the Ohio
That
State University.
looks a little like that could be Jarek Williams.
With the third pick in the 2011 NBA draft, the Utah Jazz select Derek Gibson from the University of Tennessee.
Yeah, and that would be Enes Kanter.
With the fourth pick in the 2011 NBA draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Larry Douglas from the University of
And
Florida.
that is, God, I forget that kid's name, the power forward from Texas.
The fifth pick in the
Oh
2011
man, his
NBA
name is
draft,
slipping my mind
the
right now,
Toronto
but I'm sure
Raptors
that's who
select
that's supposed to be.
Nick Brown from Boston College.
And that is Valanciunas.
With the sixth pick in the 2011 NBA draft, the Washington Wizards select Brad Mason from DePaul University.
And that's it. Should be Jan Vesely.
With the seventh pick in the 2011 NBA draft, the Sacramento Kings select Raymond Rice from the University of Illinois.
I can't remember who the Kings drafted.
With the eighth pick in the 2011
It wasn't me, and they interviewed
NBA
me.
draft,
That's
the
why
Detroit Pistons select
I would have went there.
Aaron Dixon from the University of Kansas.
And that would be Brandon Knight.
With the ninth pick in the 2011 NBA draft, the Charlotte Bobcats select the point guard from New Zealand.
There it is. The point guard from New Zealand. Dawn of an era. And I didn't realize I made myself 25 years old. I guess that's probably why they wouldn't draft me high. Who wants a 25-year-old rookie? So now there's a contract negotiations, and I'm not gonna haggle with it. I'm just gonna go ahead so we can get it into the next stages under my player, which is now rookie year. But before rookie year starts, of course, gotta put your skill points up, and now we go to my purchases, which is something different. You can do things to affect your league-wide popularity, and it's kind of like managing your money kind of a thing. So got a youth basketball clinic at the Bill Russell, and charitable contribution, the NBA Cares, a team party, a team dinner. But I got about $11.27 right now, so I'm not really going to do any of that. I'm going to go in and take a shooting drill, and that's the first time you see Brutus Buckner in his Charlotte Bobcat uniform, drafted to play for Mikey after I just insulted him. Want to get away? So the shooting drills are coming up. Now this particular drill is pretty much the same as it was in 2K11 and 2K10. The biggest difference is that 2K12 starts your my player off a little bit better suited and better ready to actually be able to really play like an NBA rookie would. I mean, every NBA rookie is not as bad as they would start off in 2K11, and it's my understanding that a lot of people seem to complain about how long it took to get your player up to par to make it even exciting to play with them. So they are giving you a little bit more to start off with. So this is one of the easiest drills, especially now. Go ahead and do this. Now the next drill I'm going to show you is one of, I believe, is a newer drill, because I certainly don't remember seeing it, but it's possible I could have missed it in 2K11, because honestly, 2K11 was one of the first years that I ever really did my player. I just never was really all that interested in it. I always played the full association or online association, but I did kind of discover that I kind of liked it. It's a different kind of basketball experience. It's not the same as playing, obviously, for all the players, and I wouldn't say it's as fun to me as association, but it is definitely something that I'm going to do going forward. Trying to get up to the gold medal, but got a pretty decent level of silver there, so I got 400 skill points for that. All right, so now the negotiations have been done, and the marketing department just sent me an email to let me know that I can view my first endorsement, and there it is. I got a billboard 00 BB Brutus Buckner. The future has arrived, and I'm all across the skyline of Charlotte. Now, what I'm not sure is if that was actually the Charlotte, downtown Charlotte for real. That would be really cool or hot if they had it where the buildings depicted were actually from that particular city. I don't know if it is. I doubt that it is, but if it was, it'd be hot. If you were like in Seattle, well, there is no more Seattle, but if it was the Supersonics, put it like next to the Space Needle. Now this is Knockout, and I'm going to admit, as much basketball as I played coming up and on teams and everything, I never actually played Knockout. I don't know if it's we didn't do that in Chicago or what, but I've never played Knockout. So I didn't read the instructions there, so I wasn't really sure how that went. So I was eliminated pretty easily. Now around the world, we definitely did. This is basically the drill where you have 5 players shooting, and you're basically rebounding drilling. You have to grab the rebound before the shooter grabs the rebound. It kind of helps you learn to box out, and it helps the shooter learn to follow the shot after they've let one go. So this is that. Now the key here is to get the rebound and get 3 rebounds from each shooter and knock them basically out of being able to shoot anymore. So this is the last guy here, and this is coming up to the end of the vid. Now this is the second my player video. I will come with a third one, which will actually show some Bobcat gameplay. But thanks for watching, and peace.